Hey there everybody, welcome to the Two Guys in a Cooler channel. Today we're going to be making a viewer requested video. The request was, is it possible to make black garlic sous vide? Well, we're going to give it a shot and see what happens. Now let me first start off by saying this. We've tried to sous vide black garlic before, 140 degrees, 6 or 8 weeks, and it never turned black. It got like really brown, but it never turned black. And so we're going to change the parameters up a little bit and see if we can get it to that black stage. Just look in the description box below. You'll see my absolute #1 recommended way to make black garlic. But what we did was we took the skin and separated the cloves from the bulb, and at 167 degrees Fahrenheit, we're going to go ahead and sous vide this for a couple weeks. But as I'm about to put this into my sous vide, I realized something. And we run this unit commercially. And so let me pause this video. This is a pretty big unit to be running for 24 hours a day and, 14 days or 15 days. So what I needed to do was come up with something different that was a little more cost effective and didn't use nearly as much energy. And besides, I use my sous vide machine every week. And so I couldn't tie it up for 2 weeks. And so here's what we did. I have a slow cooker. And so what I did was I attached a temperature probe and a controller that allows me to monitor and control the temperature of that slow cooker. Now I'll put a link in the description box below because these controllers are awesome. You could use them for all sorts of things. We actually use it for making charcuterie to control the temperature inside of our charcuterie chamber, but you can make it, use it to brew beer and all kinds of. And see right here, look, the slow cooker is plugged into the unit. The unit is set at 167 degrees Fahrenheit, and so that's the temperature right there. And I've got it to cut off at 167. So right there it says off 167, and if the temperature falls below 167, like if it goes to 166, it cuts right back on. And so I'll put in a couple thermostats and thermometers just to double check. And I'm looking like I'm about a 1 degree variance between 167 and where I want to be. It's always all right with that. And for 2 weeks, I'm not going to have a problem. So we're going to let that sous vide for roughly about 48 hours. And I'm using some parameters that I found at Chef Steps in order to do this little project, because they claim to have success doing this, and I figured, you know what, let's go ahead and duplicate it. And I'm going to put a link to their parameters so that you could check it out in the event that you want to try your own experiment. But after 48 hours at 167 degrees Fahrenheit sous vide, this is what it looked like. Now I went ahead and snagged a taste, and it really was really spicy. It had that real garlicky flavor. Not a whole lot has changed at this point, but according to their parameters, after 48 hours, throw it in the dehydrator for roughly 1 day. So 24 hours in a dehydrator at about 156 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, and originally I was curious as to why. So I sent the guy an email. Hey, why are you dehydrating it? Why don't you just sous vide it for the entire time period? He never responded. But as I'm putting it in the dehydrator, and I want you to take a look at this vacuum sealer. Have you ever seen the inside of a vacuum sealer? My VacMaster broke as I'm about to use it, and I printed up some blueprints to try to figure out what the problem was. And so, you know what, sometimes you got to get creative and find another way. But there we go. There's the VacMaster in pieces as I need it to go ahead and finish this project. And so what we're going to do is we're going to utilize a straw, a manual sealer, and we'll see if we can get this thing going. So here's what it looks like after 24 hours. It's actually not dried. It's very spongy. And so I went ahead and snagged another bite, and it actually has more of a roasted flavor to it. The pieces are a lot smaller, but a lot of that moisture that was inside has been taken out. And so here's how we're going to go ahead and have to seal it. I got a straw in the bag, and that's just actually kind of difficult because you got the vapors from the garlic just coming right down into your throat. Anyway, we're going to pop this into our manual sealer, close it up, and then continue with this project. Now, after I'm done, I realize the step used to dehydrate is to keep so much liquid from forming within the bag, because you'll see here at the end, even though we dehydrated it, we haven't added any water whatsoever. There's going to be a lot of liquid in that bag. And so here we go. We close it down. We have our machine set on high, our temperature set to 167, and we're gonna leave it like that for roughly 12 days. And I actually left it a little bit longer because I wanted to see what would happen if I left it a little bit longer. But here we go. I'm cutting the unit off. Time for the big reveal. This is the moment everyone's been waiting for. 2 weeks sous vide, basically cooked under vacuum in a water chamber with controlled temperature, and this is what it's going to look like. And by all means, if this is the first time that you are experimenting with black garlic, check out some of our other videos on black garlic. We are the single channel that has the most videos on how to make black garlic. We do it all sorts of different ways, but I want you to check this out. And while you're checking this out, don't forget to subscribe, click that notification bell, give me a thumbs up if you like what you see, and share it. We want to make sure we get this video out here because look at this black garlic. In my book, it's not black garlic. It's dark, and there are certainly some pieces that are black, but as you can see, it's really more brown. It's got a lot of brown, almost like a prune tint to it. Look how much juice came from that dehydrated garlic after it'd been in there for 1 day. And when I taste it, it actually has a stronger flavor, but it's stronger in a more bitter way. The texture is really different. And I think that if I would have let it go a little bit longer, maybe another 7 days, it probably would have been all black, but I believe the texture would have suffered. And so is it worth making black garlic in the sous vide? In my opinion, I don't think it's worth it. I invite you to give this a shot for yourself, and if your results are any different, by all means, leave them in the comment section below, because I'd be willing to give it another shot. But with all the different ways that we've made black garlic, rice cookers, fermentation box, doing it like old school Korean style, putting it inside oven bags, turkey bags, wrapping it in foil, even some of the fails like using a dehydrator, which is absolutely the worst method. And then I would have to bring the sous vide method right under that one because it just uses way too much energy. The results are a little unpredictable, and there are by far much better ways to make black garlic, and you're going to have a perfect product every single time. Matter of fact, check out that card, top right hand corner. That's the way that I would recommend making it if you're going to make it. But I really appreciate you checking out this video. Love to hear your thoughts. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and click that notification bell if you are new. We'll see you in the next video.